So, as you can see, it's on the schedule, part 1, and then it says problem quiz 3. I just haven't changed that from last week. So then part 2 would be your naming compounds, maybe a few reactions. So what might be the most difficult part of naming compounds? And I'll see if you have an answer and see if it matches up what's in my mind. I won't just agree, yeah, yes, you're right, but unless it is, what the ideas match up. And it can be the isomers, but not if you have a lot to pick from, because your problem evaluation, which it was 35 points, but when I put it in the grade book, I said it was out of 45, and then I hit save, and I go, I don't think that's right. And I looked down, oh. So I went back and, did you, does it update? It says,
It says, in your notifications, it says 35 out of 45, but when you go and actually look at it, it's 35 out of 35.
huh, okay, well, glad we caught that. Didn't have to, someone come, not that you would do that, but you did that wrong. Okay. But in my estimate, and remind me, it's, we're doing fine with that. I'll try to remember to hand them back. But to me, okay, when it comes to naming these compounds, okay, we have to have a big one. Was that 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9? Okay. Or we could use decane as well. To me, you could see something like this, okay? And it's our job to challenge your mind in here. And that's one of the things I told last year's seniors. I said, and I think it came up last year with you juniors. I said, I'm trying to trick you, and some of you, I'm doing a failing job because you're catching all the content that we want you to. So if we see this, okay, how might that be a little confusing? Because to me, what I was going to ask, I think it's the butyl groups that might be a little tough in all this. Just because sometimes you might have dimethyl, you might have diethyl, and then all of a sudden you throw something like a propyl and then an isopropyl group in there, okay? So alphabetically speaking, okay, between these two, which one comes first? Okay. Are we sure about that? Okay, because we skip that, go by the M, okay? Here we go by the I, okay? Then it gets to be even more confusing when you see something, let's say X marks the spot. Okay. What does that show up on the, yep, that does. Okay. So then if that is SB, okay, is this going to be way down here and alphabetized? I should have put it down here, but I just ran out of space. Okay, we disregard that, and then we use the B. Okay, so then if we switch this up one more time, because I think it's important enough to go over that, and that would be, I'm going to run out of space. Nope, that's not right either. That's what I wanted. Okay, and you said it. IB, or isobutyl, okay? So when it comes to these prefixes, we know disregard these, okay? Disregard that one, but we go by the letter I. So then this isn't it's a type of butyl group. Yeah, it's a tertiary butyl group. Because what you see happening is just a condensed way of writing this out. So what we're showing here is this guy still here. We're going to move him up one. And then how could we complete this to look like and match that, do you think? Yeah, we got to take this one off and move him over here. Now, this structural formula matches that molecular formula, okay? Because notice you don't have anything branching off of here like it does in an isopropyl group, okay? And you might say, well, shouldn't there be something off of here? Well, yes, there is. It's just being denoted by those methyl groups inside those parentheses. So these mean the exact same thing. So therefore, this is a tertiary butyl group. Go by the B, not the T. Again, it's just the I that you go by for prefixes. All right, so to me, that's what I think is maybe some of the more confusing aspects when it comes to naming these compounds. So then, and we could do this, and then, heck, I don't know, we'll go over here. And a valid question that I think would come across any student's minds when they're doing these is, does something like this even actually exist? Maybe. But I think it's a more practical approach that if we can understand how to name some of these that might not exist, it makes it easier to name the ones that actually do exist that can be quite complex. So again, I don't know, it would take me quite a long time to page through this book here. It might exist because there's over 2,500 pages in here and the print is actually pretty small. Okay, so what type of derivatives we had? We did this one already. What was it? T-butyl. And then I could have swore we said ethyl. You probably said methyl. Okay. And then same thing here. Okay. So then we already said it's 9 carbons long, so we know that it's nonane. Okay. And then where are those methyl groups located on? 2 and 7, and then this one's 4. Are we going this way or that way? We're going left to right, so this has to be 2, 4, and what, 7? Okay? So then alphabetizing, but doesn't D come before T? You don't use that because it's a prefix. That's right. Again, the only alphabetizing prefix is, there's 2 of them. Isopropyl, isobutyl. And that's not what this is. It's a tertiary butyl group. Okay, so then this has to come first. So 4-T, okay, 4-, I was thinking this is where the lettering was. T-butyl, then what? 2,7-dimethyl. When you're writing these compound names out, you're thinking, boy, I'm going to run out of space pretty fast. And I think for the first time we ever cover this, you might be thinking, why are you starting way over here? Well, maybe the writing's too big, but you run out of space pretty fast. Okay, so this is on Friday, naming compounds. The only thing that might be a little, yes, general questions of vocabulary tomorrow, which I think you have those vocabulary evaluations back. Okay, so keep in mind there'll probably be a lot of these on there as far as matching, okay? Because I don't know if the butyl groups are on there, but they probably would be on.
They were on.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So then the last thing that we would possibly put is, or have to go over, we'll make this really quick, Okay. If we had a chloral group here and then maybe a methyl group over here, okay? Typically, we don't use the number 1 very often, but would we have to do that here? Yes, okay? Because we've got 1 chloral, then 2 methyl, and then finally the parent chain, cyclobutane. All right. I really don't know what else to add, and it could be such an aspect. Oh boy, I don't really know what to really be looking for, but we'll go ahead and proceed with what we got here. This is probably a bigger portion of your 2-day evaluation anyway, so I really don't have anything else to add. Anything from the crowd here?
Are we doing the isomers that are from family to family?
Those are, no constitutional isomers from family to family. Right. Anything else?
Bonus.
Yes, we would think so, but we're not all here, so we'll have it tomorrow. Yep. Bonus questions tomorrow. All right, we'll catch up to you next time.